Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon, but oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 días se vuelven noche, 4 noches pasan rápido, y la luna como un arco de plata apuntado por los cielos trae el día de nuestro matrimonio.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriment, wake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword and won thy love doing thee injury. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, Phrygia. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation, come I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung, with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy, with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment and unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, and turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And be it so that she will not here before your gracious Duke decide to marry Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens, as she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall either be to this gentleman or to her death, immediately provided by that law according to our case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your mother should be as a god, one who composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are as but a form in wax, by her imprinted, and within her power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is. But in this kind, wanting your mother's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my mother looked but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with her judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether if you yield not to your mother's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I, to be in shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they that master sowed their blood, to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled than that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your mother's will, or else to wed Demetrius as she would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her mother's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry her?
True, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him. And she is mine. and all my love of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his, my fortunes every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage as Demetrius. And which is more than all these boasts could be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius, all avouch it to his head, made love to Neto's daughter Helena and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But, being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But, Demetrius, come, Aegeia, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your mother's will, else the law of Athens yields you up, by which no means may we extenuate to death or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeia, go along. I must employ you in some busyness and confer with you in something nearly that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chanced the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well but teem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, for aught that I could ever learn by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled too low.
or else misgrafted in respect of years,
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged too young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends,
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
or, if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the collie night, that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath the power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick, bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers forever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love, as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager, of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house, remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, steal forth from thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance to a morn of May. There will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus' doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen, when under the false Trojan sail was seen. In that place that thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair, oh happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue's sweet air more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching. Oh, were favor so, yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look and how you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns could teach my smile such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He shall no more see my face. Lysander and myself shall fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my heart do dwell that he hath turned to heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, at a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the wood where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, there empty in our bosom of our counsel sweet, there might Lysander and myself shall meet, and from thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends on strangers' companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant me thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight, from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. For Athens I am thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities. Things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in game themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight, and to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is a scroll of every man's name thought fit through all of Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Petra Quince. Say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Oh, a very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Petra Quince, call forth your actors from the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the weaver.
Ready? Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus, a lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest, my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely, or a part to tear a cat in to make all split. The raging rocks in shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far in making mar the foolish fates.
Boo!
This was lofty. Now, reading the names of the rest of the players. This was a tyrant's vein, a Hercules' vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the fellow's mender.
Here, Petra Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe, a wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let not me play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall wear a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Oh, Pyramus, my lover dear. Oh, Thisbe dear and lady dear and noble dear.
No, No. You must play Pyramus and flute you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Yeah, Petroquince.
Robin Starveling, you are to play Thisbe's mother, Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Petroquince.
Tom Snout, you Pyramus's father, myself Thisbe's father, and Snug the joiner. You the lion's part, and I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? If it be, give it me, for I'm slow of study.
You may do it exempt poor, for it is nothing but roaring.
And I could play the lion too. I'll roar that I will make any man's heart good to hear. I will roar that I will make the duke say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly that you would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang
us. Every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, that were you to fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you and 'twere a nightingale. Mew, mew.
You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man as one shall see in a summer's day, the most lovely gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple ingrain beard, or your French crown-colored beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you'll play it barefaced. But masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you con them by tomorrow night, and meet me within the palace wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight. There we will rehearse, for if we should meet in the cities, we will be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will write a bill of property such as our play wants, and I pray you fail me not.
There we may meet and rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak, we meet.
Enough! Hold or cut bowstrings.
How now, spirit, whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon sphere, and I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall her pensioners be, and their gold coat spots you see, those be rubies, fairy favors, in those freckles live their savors. And I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she is her attendant hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forward wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen, but they do square, for their elves do fear, creep into acorn cups, and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape in making quite, or else you're that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not he that frights the maidens of the villagery, skim milk and sometimes labor in the quern, and bootless make the breathless huswife churn? And sometimes make the drink to bear no barm, mislead night wanderers, laughing at their harm? Those that hobgoblin call you an sweet puck. You do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness to a filly foal. And sometime lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, upon her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale, the wisest aunt telling the saddest tale. And sometime for 3-foot stool mistaketh me, then slip I from her bum, down topples she, and then the whole choir holds their hips and laugh and wax in their mirth and knees and swear a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress would that he be gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous, Oberon? Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland and sat in the shape of Cornyn all day, playing pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the steepest land of India, come, but that forsooth your bouncing Amazon, your buskin mistress and warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
Canst thou thus for shame, Titania? Glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst not thou lead him through the glimmering night from Perigona, whom he ravished? And make him with fair Egli break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never since the midsummer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, by the beached margin of the sea to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up the sea. Contagious fogs which falling in all the land hath every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is without hymn or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And by this distemperament we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of crimson rose, and on old hymns thin and icy crown, an odorous chapel of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, and angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progenies of evils comes from our debate, from our decision. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress in my order, and in the spiced Indian air full often has she gossiped by my side, and sat with me in Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood, which we would laugh to see their sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she with pretty and with swimming gait, following her womb with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again, as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she being mortal of that boy did die, and for her sake I rear up her boy, and for her sake I do not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance with us and see to our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for all thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away, we shall chide down right if I longer stay.
Fine, well go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet, harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
Well, that time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I, watching Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress passed it on, and made in meditation, fancy-free. Yet marked I, where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk-white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids lay will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me that herb, and be thou here again, ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 30 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eye. The next thing then she, waking, looks upon, be it on lion or bear or wolf or bull, meddling monkey or busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can with another bird, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll stay, the other stayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen to this wood, and here am I, and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you that I do not nor I cannot love you?
And even for that, I do love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on thee.
You do impede your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood lack worlds of company. For you, my respect, are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brinks and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go, or if thou follow me, do not intend, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I will follow thee and make a heaven of a hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, here it is.
I pray thee give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where the oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and eglantine. There sleeps Titania, some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. There, the snake throws her enameled skin weed wide. And there the snake throws her enameled skin weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this, I'll anoint her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affect it with some care, that he may prove more fond of her than her upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come now, roundel and a fairy song. Then, for the third part of a minute hence, some to kill cankers in the musk-rose buds, some to ward off rarimus for their leathern wings to make my small elf coats, and some to keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wanders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices, and let me rest.
Travel the world and 7 seas.
Hence, away, all is well. One aloof stands sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it on ounce, or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair. In thy eye thou shalt appear. When thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth I have forgot our array. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander, find you out to bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, 2 bosoms, and 1 troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sweet sense of my innocence. Love takes meaning in love's conference. I mean, my heart unto yours is knit, so that but 1 heart we can make of it. 2 bosoms interchanged with an oath, so then 2 bosoms in a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me denied. For lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much richer my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation may, as will be said, as a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter to thy life's sweet end.
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer say I, and in life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force and stirring love. Night and silence! Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Poor soul! She durst lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eye I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let sleep forbid his seat on thy eyelid. Now wake, for when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I will not charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with all tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I am as ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel, though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eyne? But who is here? Bystander on the ground? Dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake!
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word, that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love, who will not trade a raven for a dove. The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I, being young till now, ripe not to reason. And touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I overlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hand did I deserve this scorn? It's not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye, but you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong, good sooth you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce I must confess I thought you lord of more gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one may refuse, should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men did leave are hated most by those they did deceive, so thou my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated, but the most of me. And with all my powers, address your love and might to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Ay, me, for pity, what a dream was here. Lysander, look, I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander, what removed? Lysander, Lord! What, out of hearing gone, no sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speaking if you are here. Speak of all loves, I swoon almost with fear. No, then I well perceive that you are not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
Are we all met?
Pat, and here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brick our tiring house, and we shall do it in action as we shall do it before the Duke.
Petraquince.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are some things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By our Lakin, a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and have prologue seem to say we mean to do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And, for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it will be written in 8 and 6.
No, 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I'd fear it, I promise you.
And masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in God shield us. A lion amongst ladies is a most dreadful thing, as there is no more fearful wild fowl than our lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell that he is not a lion.
Nay, he must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same effect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, I would request you, I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life or your life. You think I come hither as a lion to a pity on my life. I am no such thing. I'm a man as a man are. And then let him say his name and tell them plainly that he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there are two hard things. That is, we must bring Moonlight into a chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe did meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night we play our play?
Find a calendar. Find a calendar. Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
I'll shine that night.
Well, then may we leave the casement of the great chamber window open where we play, and may the moon shine through at the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern and come to say he is to disfigure or present the person of moonshine. There's still another thing. That is, we must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through a chink in the wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let them have some loam or some plaster or some rough cast about them to signify wall. Or let them hold their fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come sit down, every mother's son, rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. Once you have spoken your speech, enter to that break, and so every man according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Pyramus, speak. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, thy flowers odors, savor sweet. Odors, savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than ever played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, Mary, must you? You must understand he goes but to see a noise he heard and is to come again.
Radiant Pyramus, most lily-white of hue, of color like the red rose on Triumph Briar, most frisky juvenile and eke most lovely Jew, as truest horse that yet would never tire, I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Nina's tomb, man! That part you must not speak. You answer that to Pyramus. You speak all your parts, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh. As truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair, Thisbe, I were only fine.
Oh, monstrous! Oh, strange! Pray, masters! Fly, masters! Help!
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about, around, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometime a horse I'll be, sometime a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometime a fire, and neigh and bark and grunt and roar and burn like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn.
Why did they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afraid.
Oh, Bottom? Thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Let's see, Bottom. Let's see. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me, if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing that they shall hear I am not afraid. The ewe so cock so black of hue with orange tawny bill, the throstle with his notes so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain-song cuckoo gray, whose note full nary a man doth mark, and dares not answer, nay. For indeed, who would set his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird the lie, though he cry cuckoo, never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note, so is my eye enthralled by thy shape. And thy fair virtue's force perforth doth move me on the first view to say, I swear I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so, neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate, and the summer still doth tend upon my sate, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me, and I will give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the sea, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thee of thy mortal grossness so, and like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moat, and mustard seed.
Ready?
And I.
And I.
And I. Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal.
Hail.
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 I cried your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman.
Peas blossom.
I pray you, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peascod, your father. Good Master Peas Blossom, I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. Your name, I beseech you, sir.
Mustard seed.
Good Master Mustard Seed. I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant-like oxbeef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house, I promise you. Your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue, bring him silently.